आप मंच पर पधारेंगे और हम सभी अभी प्रभु स्मृति में 2 मिनट बैठेंगे। शांति। Emotional resilience in the digital age। आज हम जिस जमाने में जी रहे हैं, जितना आर्टिफिशियली हम इंटेलिजेंट होते जा रहे हैं, क्या उतने ही इमोशनली इंटेलिजेंट, रेजिलिएंट रह पा रहे हैं? आज हम इसी प्रॉब्लम को एड्रेस करेंगे और हमारे बीच में आदरणीय बीके बाला किशोर भाई जी मौजूद हैं। मैं सिस्टर और आदरणीय कृष्णा भाई से रिक्वेस्ट करती हूँ उनके वेलकम के लिए। एक बहुत चीज़ी सा शेर आपने सुना होगा, आईने के 100 टुकड़े करके हमने देखे हैं, एक में भी तन्हा थे, 100 में भी अकेले हैं। आज कहीं ना कहीं हमारी कंडीशन वही हो गई है। हम सोशली कितना ग्लोबली एक दूसरे के समीप आते जा रहे हैं, मेरे बगल वाले सीट पर कौन बैठा है हमें नहीं मालूम होता। हम सारी दुनिया को कॉन्कर करना चाहते हैं और अपने मन पर हमारा काबू नहीं होता। तो आदरणीय भ्राता बाला किशोर जी, he is a vice president in Better Living, Sears Technologies, providing AI technologies and solutions to help futurify business, and he's formerly worked at CDAC Bangalore on Param supercomputer. You are a professionally certified coach from International Coach Federation. आप एक डिजिटल वेलनेस कोच हैं, आपने एक प्रॉपर 30 आवर्स का कोर्स डिजाइन किया है, तो उसका भी लाभ आप अवश्य ले सकते हैं। And he holds certificate in business administration from Manchester Business School UK. बाकी आप इंजीनियर हैं, एमटेक वगैरह किया हुआ है। B.K. Bala Kishore, as the name says, he is Bal and he is Kishore. He is a student of life and is a student for life. आपको क्लीवलैंड स्कॉलरशिप ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट की ओर से 2001 में प्रदान की गई। 1993 जूनियर रिसर्च फेलोशिप फ्रॉम काउंसिल फॉर साइंटिफिक एंड इंडस्ट्रियल रिसर्च, and he has been a topper throughout his student life. He became a student at Prajapita Brahma Kumaris Ishwariya Vishwavidyalaya in 1993 and got associated with Youth Wing, Spark Wing and the IT Wing of RERF. आप IT Wing के कोऑर्डिनेटर भी हैं and founder हैं Spirit या Spir IT Summit and Conferences and Spirituality in IT Retreats. He's been delivering on various topics connected with life and science, some of which to mention are mindset, self-talk, effect of thoughts on health, obviously digital wellness, situational leadership, peak performance. And today, आपके सामने ये केवल एक पीपीटी नहीं होगा, ये आपके साथ एक वार्तालाप होगी, एक इंट्रोस्पेक्शन होगा। तो आपसे गुजारिश है कि खूब बढ़-चढ़ कर इसमें हिस्सा लीजिए और आज एक टिप जिंदगी को हसीन बनाने के लिए आसान सा तरीका जरूर अपने साथ लेके जाइए। सो आई नाउ इनवाइट फॉर द टॉक B.K. Bala Kishore. Thank you.
Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Good. Had you a good breakfast? Yeah, Brahma Kumaris are very famous. Before they feed your soul, they will feed your stomach. That's one of the reasons I am still with them even after 31 years. Good. So today, for the next few minutes, we'll have some good fun. And some of you will also get disturbed. That is by intent. And we'll talk about these two questions. Who is the master, you or your mobile? You don't have to answer me. It's for you to sit and reflect. And at the end of this session, we will come back to these two questions. Is that okay? So let's begin with another 2 minutes of silence. But this time, I'd like to share with you, before we sit in silence, there's a very profound relationship between breathing, thinking, and aging. What are the three things? Breathing, thinking, and aging. Because if you think fast, you breathe fast. You notice that? And if you breathe fast, you age fast. That's why those who think a lot, they not only lose hair, but their hair turns gray even before their regular age. Have you also seen that? Because when you think fast, your clock also runs fast inside and you age fast. So if you have to age gracefully, you must learn to think less and think slow. What should we do? Think less and think slow. And the easiest way to think less and to think slow is to start deep breathing. Because when I breathe slowly and deeply, my mind automatically thinks slowly and it will also think less. That is why we call this as pranayama. Ayama means to control. Prana means to life itself. So we'll practice that. So first watch. You can keep your pens and papers aside. Sit straight. We usually breathe through our chest, which is shallow. But now we'll try to consciously breathe through our stomach, what we call as belly breathing. Just watch. When I breathe in, my stomach muscles expand. And when I breathe out, my stomach muscles go inside. Takes a little bit of practice. We'll just do this for 90 seconds. Okay? Yeah, sit straight. Have your back well supported. Don't fold your arms, don't fold your legs. You can close your eyes if you feel comfortable that way. And take a deep breath. Breathe deeply and slowly. As you breathe in, observe the muscles of your stomach expand. As you breathe out, observe the muscles of your stomach contract. Breathe slowly and deeply. Let go of any tension in any part of your body and relax yourself. Even if your mind goes elsewhere, acknowledge the thought, ignore it, and gently bring your attention back to your breathing. Gently make this thought, I'm relaxed, I'm focused, I'm present. I'm relaxed, I'm focused, I'm present. Gently rub your palms and wipe your eyes. You see the 90 seconds difference it has made? Now, many of you are leaders, managers. Is it possible for you to start your every meeting with this 90 seconds deep breathing? Is it easy? Possible? Now, this is something we would want you to take from here. Every meeting, start with 90 seconds relaxation. Just deep breathing, nothing else. Possible? And what this helps, we will learn as we move ahead with this session. Okay? So we are going to talk about 3 M's today. And one of them is not money, because you are at Brahma Kumaris. So can you guess what those 3 M's are? Mind, very good. Mobile, very good, very intelligent. And the third one? Third one? Management. No. I said no money, we are in Brahma Kumaris. So we want to talk about meditation. And there's a very good relationship between the three. Mobile disturbs your mind, destabilizes your mind. Meditation stabilizes your mind. That's why we have Brahma Kumaris discussing about mobile and meditation, because one is the problem, the other one is the solution. And that's what we will discuss today. If you continue to eat high calorie diet every single day, what happens? What happens? We all know. We grow weight, become obese, and it has lots of physical and mental health issues. And that's why if I give you gulab jamun, 1, 2, 3, unless you are a gulab jamun king or queen, you will say, aaj ke liye kafi hai. Yes or no? Because we are aware. Now my question to you, physical calories we are aware, but how many digital calories do you consume on a daily basis? And what is the impact of these digital calories on your mind, on your brain, on your life? Have you ever thought about it? There's a lot of ignorance in this area, unfortunately. And the reason, you don't have to click any of the slides. We will give you the slide deck itself, not the PDF. So have a notebook and a pen, and whatever point you like, make a note. You don't have to write everything because we are going to share the whole slide deck. Is that okay? And you don't have to click any photos. Just relax, enjoy. The reason why we are talking about digital calories, physical calories increase your weight, and digital calories, this is something that I want each one of you to write down. Some places I'll request you to write down. Digital calories distract your mind and destroy your brain. And we are actually going to explore that in a lot more detail. And those of you, you must be given a pen and a book. Yes? So bring them out because we are going to play a game, and there are still some games which need a paper and a pen. You can't play them on your mobile. So pull the book and the pen and keep it ready. So digital calories distract your mind and they destroy your brain. And what kind of digital calories are we talking about? Let's take a glimpse of that. हर दिन 4 घंटे आप देखो, 7 days a week, तो आपको 25 साल लगेंगे सारे नेटफ्लिक्स के डॉक्यूमेंट्रीज, मूवीज, कंटेंट पूरा करने में. And by the time you finish, they would have added a lot more, so it becomes an endless loop. 24,000 movies, 2,700 TV shows, each TV show at least 11 or 12 seasons, each season at least 12 or 13 episodes, each episode 45 minutes. Do the math. And 50 plus streaming services. और मैंने आपका जो फेवरेट है वो सारा इंक्लूड ही नहीं किया है. Now you see the digital calories we are literally swimming in. Not only us, even the kids. So what do these digital calories do? We will learn in a lot more detail today. So what happens? These are the 3 things. Lack of attention, continuous distraction, and constant comparison. These digital calories are leading to these 3 causes, and this is what is leading to a lot of emotional distress, जिसको मैं कहता हूं डिजिटल दुख. दुख नहीं, डिजिटल दुख ज्यादा हो गया है. एक भी फॉलोवर नहीं बढ़ा, पोस्ट किया लेकिन एक ने भी फीडबैक नहीं दिया, 10 लाइक भी नहीं आए. नहीं, ये बहुत सारा डिजिटल दुख बढ़ गया है. एंड दिस इमोशनल डिस्ट्रेस इज अ रियल थिंग. पीपल आर गिविंग अप देयर लाइफ because of these 3. And how do we handle these 3 causes in order to enhance our own emotional resilience? That is what we will discuss. So you understood the problem statement. Lack of attention, continuous distraction, and constant comparison, they are leading to emotional distress. Then if we can handle these 3, that we can improve our emotional resilience. So first, let's handle lack of attention. So what is the most important skill needed in current times? It could be anything. You can be a stay-at-home mother, you can be retired, you can be a student, you can be a professional. What is it that is most important skill needed in current times? Focus, very good. And the other name for that is attention. And the unfortunate thing is we are not taught to pay attention to attention. Yes or no? Because in post-independence education, we have completely eliminated all the mind sciences. न मन के बारे में सीखते हैं, न जीवन जीने की कला के बारे में सीखते हैं. What we all learn is only doing sciences, doing subjects. Whatever subjects you have done so far, they are all doing subjects. Not a single one of them is a being subject. Isn't that interesting? Not a single being subject. And that is what we will try to pay attention in the next few minutes. Just experience the touch. You don't even have to touch it, just feel it. अनुभव करो जो कुर्सी पे आप बैठे हैं. How does it feel? Warm or cold or soft or hard? You are able to experience it? Yes? Now listen to the hissing sound of AC. You're able to feel it? So it was always there. But as soon as you paid attention, it became your experience. जब आपने उस पर ध्यान दिया तो ही तब ही वो आपका अनुभव में आया. That's very important. Because whatever I focus on, only that sensory input is processed by the brain, and that is what becomes my experience. That's why each one of us is a product of our attention. So brain is a fantastic filter and attention is gate. आप जो अनुभव करते हो वो आपकी focus या attention पर आधारित है. And if you are here today, or whatever you became today is a result of your attention. And what you will become tomorrow is a result of your attention today. So each one of us, whether we know it or not, whether we paid attention to it or not, we are a product of our attention. So write that down. I am a product of my attention. I am a product of my attention. Because wherever my attention goes, energy flows. And wherever energy flows, life grows. Positive or negative. Agreed? You have written? I am a product of my attention. Isn't that powerful? Because what I decided to do and what I decided to ignore, that is what made me who I am today. So who is impacting our attention? If you are focused on a particular task, you receive a phone call. You attend the phone call and you come back to the task. Will you regain your focus immediately or will it take some time? And for some of us, poi poche, that's it. We'll only have to come back next day. Correct? There's a reason for it. Because every time you switch your attention from one task to the next, a portion of your energy gets wasted or gets spent by your brain in performing that attentional switch. Write down those two words. Attentional switch. Attentional switch. Okay? And that is what we call as brain's switching penalty. On some days you must have experienced, you get disturbed so much with phone calls, emails, meeting invites, that at the end of the day you feel exhausted, and when you look back, nothing productive would have got done. Have you been there? Yes? So almost all our energy got wasted in repaying brain switching penalty. Now ask yourself, how many times in a day जरूरत भी नहीं है, फोन ने चुरपुर भी नहीं किया है, फिर भी चेक कर लेते हैं? Like one of my friends was saying, we checking our mobile is like new parents checking the diaper of their kid. होता कुछ नहीं है, फिर भी चेक कर लेते हैं. So each time you are checking, even for a few seconds, you are wasting a portion of your energy unnecessarily, because it's a penalty that your brain levies on you. Now let's come closer. You want to cook some rice. You put the rice in the cooker, switch on the gas stove. Every time you receive a notification, switch off the flame. Attend to the notification, come back and switch on the flame. Will it take longer or shorter? And for some dishes, if you want to fry something, if you keep switching on, if you keep switching off the flame, you will never be able to make anything. Yes or no? So every time you are switching your attention, you are switching off that flame. Now write down, attention is the flame. Attention is the flame that is helping me accomplish things in my life. And every time you are checking your mobile, for no reason, you are switching off that flame. And now you are able to relate to, from the time you started using mobile, almost all of you must be feeling both your efficiency and effectiveness both have gone down. Whether it is kids or even professionals. वो दिन कितने प्यारे थे, you must be remembering. We have a nice song in Brahma Kumaris also. When there was no mobile, when there was no distraction. This is the reason. Because every time we unnecessarily switch our attention, we are switching off that flame. Attention is so important, because paying attention is like giving a slice of your life to someone. It's never going to come back. सारी दुनिया पैसे की भूखी नहीं है, attention की भूखी. Everybody wants a slice of my attention. And your mobile has become the biggest attention slicing machine. What's your mobile? It's become like an attention slicing machine, because it doesn't allow us to focus on one thing. इसलिए आजकल आपने भी कहा होगा, आपके फ्रेंड्स या फैमिली से सुना होगा, यार आजकल मजा नहीं आता यार, वही नेटफ्लिक्स, वही अमेज़न, वही बटर पनीर, वही पार्टी, ये क्या है? Because we are not paying attention. We are continuously switching. We are not taking in that experience. We are switching off that flame. Now ask yourself, how many such slices of your life you are wasting away on a daily basis? And this is a place of reflection. It's good time for you to sit back and reflect. And not keep checking your mobile. It can wait. A lot of times, managers nowadays and organizations have started saying that we need multitaskers. I won't ask you to raise your hand and make you feel guilty. So most of you as managers must have asked your team members. So let's do something interesting today. Take a fresh page and draw 2 lines like this. Fresh page, 2 lines, such that your page gets divided into 3 parts. We'll play a nice game. You can't play this with your mobile. So you better have a paper and a pen. Is that okay? Easy? 2 lines, such that your page got divided into 3 parts. Now, attention please, because we are talking about attention. Simple instruction is, you will not start until I ask you to start. Instruction clear? Only one instruction, because I'm going to time this exercise. So what I want you to do is just listen. You are going to write, multitasking is a lie on top of this line. Don't start. Attention please. I will ask you to start. So you're going to write multitasking is a lie on top of the line, and below the line you will write 1, 2, 3. But the twist is this. You will write a M on top of the line, you will write a 1 below the line. You will write a U on top of the line, you will write 2 below the line. L, 3. Next. T, 4. Very intelligent, I like it. So, doing this, you have to complete the whole sentence. You don't have to number the spaces. Spaces number करने की जरूरत नहीं है. Letter on top of the line और उसके नीचे number. तो next one will be L, I, and then 5. Like that, numbers will keep increasing, but you have to write on top of the line the whole sentence. Letter number, letter number, letter number. Is that clear? Easy? क्या लिखना है वो भी मैंने बता दिया, कैसे लिखना है वो भी मैंने बता दिया. Now wait. I'm going to time this exercise. And once you're done, shout out. Start. Quick. Letter on top of the line, number below the line. Letter, number, letter, number. You don't have to number the spaces. You're done? No, that means you have started before. So you wait. Letter on top of the line and number below the line. Done? Okay, fantastic. That's good. Okay, now you have the second line. You have second line? Is there? Again, don't start until I ask you to start. This time, let's do some small change. Write the whole English sentence first and then write the numbers. Easy? Write the whole English sentence like this, fully on top of the line, and then write the corresponding numbers. Instructions clear? Wait. Start. Write the whole English sentence first and then write the numbers. Done? Wow. Done? Done? Very good. In both the cases, this is what you generated. Yes or no? The output is exactly the same. Now, which one took longer? First one or the second one? So the first person who said yes, somewhere here, did it in 28 seconds. How many? And the first person who said yes came from that side, he did it in about 13 seconds. Now, which one was more difficult? First one or the second one? For all of us, yes? Good. And in which one did at least one of you make at least one mistake? Good. Thanks for being honest. First one. Now see the fascinating stuff. You generated exactly the same output. You took more than double the time, 13 seconds and 28 seconds. You felt stressed and you made mistakes, and you have the audacity to claim you can multitask. Are wah. And this is brain switching penalty in action. Because if you go back, how many times did you have to switch your attention here? Pay attention, count carefully, and then tell me. Don't be in a hurry. How many times did you switch your attention here? Very good. 35 times. 18 into 2 minus 1. क्योंकि यहाँ आने के बाद फिर से कुछ लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है. So you write this and you're done. So 18 into 2 minus 1. 35 times you switched your attention. And here how many times? That means 34 times you unnecessarily switched your attention, which doubled your time. No reason. Because आपकी क्षमता क्या है? 13 सेकंड. लेकिन आपने कितना समय लिया? 28 सेकंड. Unnecessarily? Yes or no? Those 15 seconds are waste. It didn't add any value. And then you attend some productivity seminar. वो 13 seconds को 16 seconds बना देते हैं और सारे social media में छाप देते हैं. 20% improvement, 10% improvement in productivity. But what is your capability? It is 13 seconds. But what have you got used to? 28 seconds. And that is the power of unnecessarily switching off your attention and unnecessarily paying your switching penalty. And that's what brings us to this very important equation. There are many CEOs, owners, leaders here. All the companies, they measure this to the last second. Biometric analysis karke, all the data analysis, even if you come for a few minutes late every day, at the end of the week, you will even receive an email. Last 1 week, pura 30 minutes aap late aaye hain. Because we became experts in counting the time spent, but there is absolutely no way in which we measure our focus. Now, if I spend 8 hours in front of my computer or for my work, and I spend with only 25% focus, how many hours worth of work got done? 8 hours, 25% focus, 2 hours. We are all familiar with that? In the same 8 hours, if I increase my focus to 4 hours, how many hours worth of work got done? It doubled. So now you see the power of attention, how it is impacting our work. So if you're a student, if you're a professional, one of the first things that you can do after going back from here is create a distraction-free workplace and help your kids create a distraction-free study space. Because every distraction is switching off the flame of your attention. Every single distraction, even if it for 2 seconds, it's switching off the flame of your attention. Will you do this? You love yourself? Sure, zor se. Then start doing this. So what are some of the ways in which we can enhance attention? Remember, the first reason of emotional distress is lack of attention. And that's why we are spending time in learning what is the importance of attention and how to improve attention. So that this lack of attention will not cause any emotional distress. Kyunki hum cause ko hi समाप्त कर रहे हैं. So some of the ways in which you can enhance your attention, curiosity and reflection, they improve your attention. How does this work? What should I do? This curiosity, it helps improve your focus and your attention. And 2 things we would encourage you to carry from here. One is relaxation. The second is reflection. अगर आप खाते जाएंगे, हजम कुछ नहीं किया, क्या होगा? खाते रहो, लेकिन हजम नहीं किया. वॉमिटिंग होगा, स्टमक अपसेट होगा और आपको एनर्जी भी नहीं रहेगी. It's exactly the same. We are consuming lot of information, but we are not reflecting, we are not digesting. We have lots of knowledge, but no wisdom. इसलिए उसको ज्ञान और विवेक 2 अलग-अलग शब्द हैं. So when you reflect, knowledge plus reflection is equal to wisdom. That's what we need to teach our kids also. Knowledge plus reflection is equal to wisdom. We need to reflect. How can I apply this? What is this point teaching me? How can I become a better version of myself? How do I apply this? It's very important that you sit and reflect. Slow and deep breathing, a very good way to improve attention. We practiced it. Use paper and a pen, not your mobile. There's a lot of research that has been done, and I'm going to introduce you to a book on digital wellness in which a separate chapter is given on the difference between print reading and digital reading. You will learn that also. Positive and empowering self-talk. Almost all jobs, I'll give a better example. As a new parent, you can't say you will only play with your kid when the kid is smiling. Yes or no? You have to clean their diaper also. दोनों साथ चलते हैं because it comes as one package. In every job and role we play, there are diaper cleaning moments. Agreed? All our jobs have those diaper cleaning moments, which we don't like, but we have to do. So when you have to do that, instead of cursing yourself, कहाँ फंस गई, कौन सा मैनेजर है, कब छुटकारा मिलेगा, मुझे ही हमेशा बनाना है, करना है, no. Sit there and tell yourself, I tell myself, Bala, you're getting paid, you're not working for charity, do it. Because we get into this self-pity और सारी दुनिया को हम blame करने लग जाते हैं और आधे घंटे का काम 2 घंटे होता है फिर भी पूरा नहीं होता है. No, I say, Bala, sit there, finish it off. Because it's your family. Even if you get irritated about cooking, who chose? Right? So cook with love, not with frustration. So do that positive and empowering self-talk before you start any boring task. Or any task for that matter, because that improves your attention. Physical exercise. Because when you move your body, body is meant to be moved. When you move your body, when you exercise at least 40 to 45 minutes every day, brain releases a beautiful hormone called BDNF, brain-derived neurotropic factor. And that serves as a manure for your brain cells. वो manure का काम करता है. That's why it's important that you exercise, and that BDNF also helps improve your attention because it improves your brain health. Visualization and meditation also increase your attention. We talk only about attention, but nobody has taught us how to improve attention. These are all the different ways in which you can improve attention. You can teach this even to your kids. And if you're a teacher, you can teach it to your students also. Any questions so far? I'll continue? Good. We are going to give the complete slides. Yes, the whole slides you will get, every single slide. We talked about lack of attention and we saw how do we enhance that attention. So now we are going to talk about this constant distraction, the second element. Yes. Good question. You will know that in the rest of the session. Okay? Good. So what is distraction doing to our brain, to our mind, and to our body? Let's explore that a little bit, because this is the second element we are talking about. First, we dealt with lack of attention. Second, how do we handle these distractions? You see this glass? If I keep shaking, will I be able to use this glass? चाहे ये ग्लास कांच की हो या कंचन की हो, आप लोकल कॉलेज से हो या आईआईटी से हो या आईआईएम से हो, as long as your glass is shaking, your hand is shaking, this glass is of no use. For me to use the glass, my hand needs to be stable. Yes? This hand is my mind. This glass is my brain. If I want to use my brain, I must learn to stabilize my mind. Most important principle for current times. This is the most important principle of digital wellness. Stabilize your mind to utilize your brain. And every time I get distracted, I am destabilizing my mind. When I destabilize my mind, my brain will not work. Because when I am relaxed, when I am focused, my brain gets into learning mode. That's why innumerable number of times you must have heard both from your parents and teachers, attention please. Yes or no? Because when you pay attention, when you are focused, when your mind is focused, your brain starts absorbing information like a sponge. So if you want to learn something, first stabilize your mind, first relax. And if you keep distracting yourself, you are destabilizing. And when you destabilize, your brain won't be able to absorb information. Mind, brain, and body, all the three are very closely related. That's why there is this bidirectional arrow. Mind influences body through brain, and body also influences the mind. When mind is relaxed, your brain sends an all okay signal. कौन सा signal भेजती है? All okay. That's why when you are relaxed, you feel good even physically, which hopefully you must be feeling now. When your mind is anxious, when your mind is upset, your brain sends a not okay signal. What signal? Not okay. That is why this is here. This is here. That means lack of ease here becomes disease here. Right? It all starts here. That's why more than 90% of the diseases are psychosomatic, because they first start in the mind. So if I can learn to relax, if I can learn to keep myself undistracted, then your body will also start functioning better. One more thing that you can do once you go back is divide your day. Start your day with 10 minutes of think time. At the beginning of your work day, what is that called? Think time, 10 minutes, block that, 9 to 9, 9, 10, 10 to 10, 10, whatever your working day starts, or in the afternoon, first 10 minutes, take a notebook, take a pen, keep your mobile in silence mode, keep it back, sit and spend time for 10 minutes reflecting on your day, what you want to do. Possible? Write them down. And divide your day into 30 or 45 minutes chunk. 30 minutes uninterrupted focus. No mobile, no extra tabs on my browser window, no extra applications, no chat applications, nothing. Whatever I am doing, only that application is open. 30 minutes uninterrupted. Create at least 3 to 4 such uninterrupted chunks of time and see the productivity simply shoot up. Possible? Possible? 30 minutes. And tell your team members, all of these are switched off. If it is urgent, come to me. Otherwise, I am focused. Don't disturb me. I'm sure none of us is doing any rocket science. We're not doing any rocket science, right? So we can spend those 3 or 4 chunks of 30 minutes each. Try that. And you will see the huge difference, the power of attention and the lack of distraction. You will start experiencing it. And when I constantly keep distracting my mind, constantly keep disturbing it, because it's become more like a habit. What is its cost? There is a cost to it. And most people, all of us are experiencing it, but we don't know why it is happening. The first thing is decreased sense of well-being. Even in your sleep, you are getting distracted because you binge watched all the horror movies or nonsense web series before sleeping. And that's why your sleep is also getting distracted. So reduce the sense of well-being. Our ability to make decisions goes for a toss. Yesterday you must have heard Swapan Bhai talk about it. Because when you get completely emotional, your thinking brain goes out of the window. It will not allow you to make proper decisions. Irritation and anxiety. Attention deficit hyperactivity disorder for kids, and ADD, attention deficit disorder, for elders. Both of them are increasing because of this distraction. It increases the chances of getting depressed. That is why from the time, almost 15, 16 years ago, from the time mobile data prices got reduced in India, do you know mental health issues have skyrocketed 10 to 15 times, not percentage. 1,000 to 1,500% increase in mental health issues. Because लोगों ने तो यहां तक भूल गए कि मोबाइल डेटा नामक एक सेटिंग होता है मोबाइल में, वो भी भूल गए. Because that constant distraction is increasing the chances of getting depressed. And it increases stress hormones inside the body, because constantly you are checking. That mild stress all through the day is not good for your mind or your body. And it is literally killing people. because telomeres are the last parts of your chromosome. Typically, they are a good proxy for the lifespan. So the telomere length is getting reduced. That means lifespan is getting reduced. That's why you're seeing a lot of people die young. And it's happening. And this is a cost of distraction. Both driver and assistant driver were watching cricket on their mobile. 226 people died. Cost of distraction. Another very important principle. Distraction is slow destruction. वो धीरे से प्यार से अंदर से मार रही है, इसलिए हम जानते नहीं है. Because as a digital wellness coach, a lot of people come to me only once they reach advanced stages, when they are getting suicidal thoughts. Yes, constant distraction does cause suicidal thoughts. They are not able to sleep, they are not able to eat, they are not able to focus. That's when they come to me. Because they are spending 14 to 15 hours in front of their laptops and screens and mobiles, not doing any work. Most of the time surfing social media. And what's your smartphone? It's your distraction machine. Yes. So please be careful how much time you spend with your mobile unnecessarily. I'm not saying you should stop using mobile. No, that's not the point. The point is how much you are going to spend with the mobile. And in a minute, I'll also tell you, towards the end, we will also do a mobile meditation. Is that okay? हाँ, क्योंकि मोबाइल का सेशन है तो मोबाइल का मेडिटेशन भी करेंगे. And this distraction has become a habit. हम चाहते नहीं है, फिर भी चेक कर लेते हैं. Yes or no? Now, how did this become a habit? What did we do to our mind and brain? Remember I told you, it is distracting our mind and destroying our brain. Digital calories. I made you right in the beginning. So what is this constant distraction doing to our brain? Why is it so difficult to hold ourselves back? We learned that. We learned about brain switching penalty, correct? So now we are going to talk about neuroplasticity. So plasticity comes from the Greek word plastikos. इसका मतलब है anything that we can mold is plastic. That is the meaning of plastic. Because it can be molded, it can be shaped. Neuroplasticity means brain's ability to change its physical structure in response to our actions. So whatever we are reading, learning, doing, it is changing the brain structure physically. So if I scan your brains at the beginning of this session and at the end of this session, there would be some small changes inside your brain. Because brain is constantly undergoing changes. Now, how does it happen? Like this. This is a slice of your brain. And these are neurons. This is the slice before you start learning something. Okay? Now, after you learn, the same slice of the brain becomes like this. There are more neurons and there are more neural connections. Write down another equation. Learning is equal to attention plus repetition. What is learning? Attention plus repetition. Because when you repeat with attention, brain starts creating neural circuits inside your brain. What circuits? Neural circuits. The more you repeat a task with attention, the stronger the neural circuits. The stronger the neural circuits, the longer I will remember. 2 2s are 4, 2 3s are 6, 2 4s are 8. Repeat. That's what we were told. Because when you repeat, neural circuits become stronger. This is the neuroscience behind learning or habit formation or even addiction. And the stronger the neural circuits, the easier the task becomes. That's the key thing. That's very important. The stronger the neural circuits, easier the task becomes. And you must have heard about this no ullu banaving advertisement from Idea. You have seen that? Abhishek Bachchan comes out and says no ullu banaving. So if there is no attention, your brain will not allow you to create neural circuits. आप दुनिया में किसी को भी उल्लू बना सकते हैं, अपने ब्रेन को नहीं बना सकते, बिकॉज अगर अटेंशन नहीं है तो वो इंफॉर्मेशन अंदर जाएगा नहीं. अगर इंफॉर्मेशन अंदर नहीं जाएगा तो न्यूरल सर्किट्स फॉर्म नहीं होंगे. अगर न्यूरल सर्किट्स फॉर्म नहीं हुए हैं तो आपको वो चीज याद नहीं रहेगी. So the simple principle that brain works on is whatever I repeat, brain makes it easier. Can you say that? All of you, loudly. Again. Again. Please remember, whether it is positive or negative, whatever you repeat, brain makes it easier. And that's why ask your brain to worry, it becomes better at worrying. कोई कुछ कहने की जरूरत नहीं है, बैठ के हम गंगा जमुना नहाते रहेंगे. क्या हुआ? आदत बन गई है. Because whatever you repeat, brain makes it easier. And ask your brain to concentrate, it becomes better at concentrating. Now you're going to start think time. You're going to start a bunch of digital detox techniques. As you keep repeating, each one becomes easier and easier. And remember, brain is value neutral. Positive repeat karo ya negative repeat karo, brain will simply make it easier. ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है हम सभी के लिए. And that's why I call brain as a wonderful तथास्तु machine. ब्रेन क्या है? तथास्तु मशीन है. तो आप कहेंगे 2 घंटे देखे बिना, वेब सीरीज वॉच किए बिना मुझे नींद नहीं आती, तो ब्रेन क्या कहेगा? तथास्तु बेटा. ये वीक 2 घंटा देख रहा है, अगले वीक 2 घंटा 10 मिनट देखेगा, 1 महीने के अंदर 3 घंटा देखेगा, क्योंकि जो तुझे पसंद है उसको मैं इजी कर देती हूं ना. और यू से फ्रॉम टुडे ऑनवर्ड्स I'm going to wake up early in the morning and do exercise. What will your brain say? तथास्तु. सिर्फ तथास्तु कहना आता है उसको बस. किस रीति से हम उसको यूज करेंगे वो किसके हाथ में है? किसके हाथ में है? हमारे हाथ में नहीं है, मेरे हाथ में है. ओके? हम सब बदलेंगे, बहुत आसान है. मैं बदलूंगा, दिल धड़कती है, राइट? वो मेरे हाथ में है, हमारे हाथ में नहीं है. And what is the impact of this neuroplasticity? Changes, physical changes inside the brain, जो physical changes आ रहे हैं, हैबिट्स का भी वही मैकेनिज्म है और एडिक्शंस का भी वही मैकेनिज्म है. इसलिए जितना समय आप अपने मोबाइल से दूर नहीं रहेंगे, जितना समय आप उसको यूज करेंगे, उतना उससे दूर रहना मुश्किल होगा. बिकॉज दैट इज वॉट योर ब्रेन इज डूइंग टू यू, बिकॉज दैट्स हाउ इट वर्क्स. एंड द मोर यू यूज मोबाइल एंड सोशल मीडिया, द हार्डर इट गेट्स टू मूव अवे. नाउ द इंटरेस्टिंग थिंग आई वांट टू शेयर विथ यू, दिल शिकस्त होने की जरूरत नहीं है. इफ यू वांट टू स्टे अवे फ्रॉम योर मोबाइल, क्रिएट दैट न्यू हैबिट. उसको रिपीट करो तो वो आसान हो जाएगा. But it will need some time. आप में से ऐसे कितने हैं जो 21 दिन के व्रत के बारे में जानते हैं? करते भी होंगे ना कुछ तो. उसका रीजन क्या है कि अगर कोई भी अच्छा काम अगर आपको कोई अच्छा हैबिट बनानी है तो आपके बड़ों ने भी आपको सिखाया होगा, 21 दिन वही समय वही स्थान पे वही काम करो. Yes or no? That is the principle of 21 दिन का व्रत, right? You know the reason? Because it takes at least that much time for your neural circuits to get formed. Isn't that fascinating? For some of us it will do in 10 days, for some of us it will do in 40 days, but for some of us on an average it will take 20 plus days. 1 घंटे के अंदर भी बन जाते हैं. लेकिन उनको रीइंफोर्स करके परमानेंट बनाने में उतना टाइम लग जाता है. That is why you are asked to take up 21 days vrat. So will you do that 21 days vrat with your mobile after going home? Or from here itself? Possible? Because remember, you promised you love yourself. And that is the expression of your love. Okay? And digital gadgets are addictive. They are designed to be addictive. That's the sad part. By design, they are addictive. If something is lying there for it to be used, we call that a tool. For example, आप फुटबॉलर हैं, रोज फुटबॉल खेलते हो, पिछले 1 महीने से आपके एग्जाम्स थे इसलिए आपने फुटबॉल नहीं खेला, तो क्या आपकी फुटबॉल आपके पास आके कहेगी कि करो ना? 1 महीना हो गया, किक करो ना, कहेगी? आपकी कार आपके पास आके कहेगी चलाओ ना? 1 वीक हो गया आपने चलाया ही नहीं, चलाओ ना, कहेगी आपकी कार? No, it's a tool. It's just waiting to be used there. But what does your mobile do? आपका फोटो किसने लाइक किया है देखने? नया फॉलोवर आया है, 5 फॉलोवर आ गए, देखना है? आओ. So it is no longer a tool. It is manipulating your attention. It is seducing you. Please understand. 2 decades ago, nearly 20 years ago, we moved from a tool-based technology to addiction-based technology. Please write down these 2 words. And nobody seems to notice this. Unfortunate. We moved away from tool-based technology to addiction-based technology. क्योंकि technology आप use करते जाएंगे तो आप addict होते जाएंगे, because the technology itself is designed like that. Unfortunately. And that's why we need to be very, very careful how we are using. And accessibility and affordability increase addiction. जब वो जमाना भी था, कई सारे, you are old enough, when the smartphone costed 35,000 and when we switched off after checking our email, the mobile data. At that time, nobody got addicted. क्योंकि किसी के पास इतने पैसे नहीं थे. But as it started becoming more affordable and accessible, the addiction started increasing. So if you want to come out of your addiction, you reduce the accessibility and reduce the affordability. That's one of the most important principles to come out of the addiction. And this accessibility and affordability, they are leading to internet addiction. 14 hours, 15 hours, 16 hours social media ke piche, internet pe. And what is that doing? That's completely destroying people's lives. Yahan tak pahunch gaye hain ki one of the nations where the internet speeds are extremely high is South Korea. So there are kids who wear diapers while playing games so that they don't have to go to bathroom, because if they take a bathroom break, they will lose points. Yeah, I'm not kidding. That is the level of addiction. Because that is what your neuroplasticity is doing. That's how those digital calories are destroying your brain. Some newspaper clippings. 19-year-old kid from Hyderabad. He used to sleep only for 3 hours a night. 6 hours he used to play PUBG. रात 9 बजे से सुबह 3 बजे तक. या आप में से कई रात को 3 बजे तक. So from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. he was playing PUBG. Within 2 or 3 months, he developed blood clots inside his brain. अगर blood clots heart में आते हैं तो heart attack. Brain में आते हैं तो paralysis. Right? So he got paralyzed waist down. Doctors tried their best, but they could not save him. And this is reality. Before PUBG got banned, because this is from 2019. निर्णय करने की शक्ति को डिजिटल कैलोरीज भ्रष्ट कर देते हैं. That's what we learned. This is what they do. How many of you have seen kids who don't want to eat without giving mobile or some iPad or something? Now you know the reason. These are proper mobile withdrawal symptoms. Mobile impacts exactly the same areas of the brain that are impacted by hard drugs. Yes. That means as far as your brain is concerned, you are using your mobile or you are taking drug, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है brain के लिए. That is why so many addictions. That's why it's so strong. Let's do this simple exercise. Okay? Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Sit straight. Take a deep breath. Breathe slowly and deeply. Breathe slowly and deeply. Let go of any tension in any part of your body and relax yourself. As you relax, gently recall. Try to review your typical day. Whenever there is some time for you to relax, what do? Don't judge. Don't rationalize. सिर्फ रिफ्लेक्ट करो. जब भी आपको कुछ समय मिलता है सारे दिन में, जब भी आप रिलैक्स होना चाहते हो, तो आप क्या करते हो? Just reflect. From the time you get up till the time you sleep, review the whole day and reflect on what all you do whenever you want to relax. Don't judge, don't rationalize, just reflect. Good. Gently open your eyes. Now you know what do you do when you want to relax. Because a lot of people I was observing, even before this session started, we are waiting in the queue to pay the bill. We are waiting for the car. We are waiting for the doctor to call us. We are waiting for the meeting to begin. यार बाला ने बहुत सिर खा लिया, अभी थोड़ा रिलैक्स होते हैं. दो घंटा फेसबुक देखने के बाद या इंस्टाग्राम के रील्स देखने के बाद ऐसा कोई बहादुर यहां पे है जो कहेगा यार मैंने 2 घंटा रील्स देखा, अभी 4 घंटा काम करूंगा? है कोई बहादुर? You feel exhausted or you feel energetic after 2 hours? Remember that. Even if you watch relaxation videos on YouTube for 2 hours, you will still get exhausted. Because you are distracting your brain and mind in the name of relaxation. ये बहुत बड़ी गलतफहमी फैल गई है दुनिया में, क्योंकि लोग रिलैक्सेशन क्या है वो भी भूल गए हैं. रिलैक्सेशन मीन्स थिंक लेस, थिंक स्लो. देखो, व्हाट इज रिलैक्सेशन? थिंक लेस, थिंक स्लो. कम सोचो, धीरे सोचो. एंड स्टिमुलेशन मीन्स think different, think more. Yeah, think less, think slow. Okay, that is relaxation. इसमें पहले 2-3 मिनट because you are thinking different, आपको लगेगा कि आप रिलैक्स हो रहे हैं, लेकिन नहीं, because you are going to continue to think more. Your mobile, by watching every single reel every few seconds, is forcing you to think. It's not allowing you to relax. Yes or no? And that is why you feel exhausted. आप अपनी किचन में जो मिक्सी है, अगर आप ड्र 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 चलाते रहेंगे 24 घंटे, क्या होगा? क्या होगा? That's what we are doing to this. Continuously stimulating. We are not at all relaxing. Now you can ask, what is the difference? How do I know I'm relaxing or stimulating? Very simple. Wherever there is a screen, what is that called? हाँ, ये फिक्स करो आपने बुद्धि में यहां से. Wherever there is a screen, चाहे 6 इंच की स्क्रीन हो, चाहे 60 इंच की स्क्रीन हो, या 16 इंच की स्क्रीन हो, wherever there is a screen, what is it? Stimulation. वो आपको थकाएगा. Okay, it's not relaxation. Relaxation means no screens. Relaxation का मतलब क्या है? Say that loudly. Relaxation means good. So now let's do this exercise. Because a constantly stimulated brain is a weak and stressed brain. क्योंकि आप उसको रेस्ट नहीं दे रहे हो. Write 5 screen-free relaxation activities you like. जो भी हो, स्क्रीन नहीं होना चाहिए. बाला भाई कुकिंग पसंद है, यूट्यूब वीडियोस देखते हुए कुकिंग कर सकते हैं? नो. सो राइट 5 screen-free relaxation activities जो आपको पसंद हो. लिखो. It should not be difficult. If anybody is having difficult, please meet me after the session. At least 5 screen-free activities. जो आपको पसंद हो. Hint. Whatever you enjoyed as a kid, all those were screen-free. अब लिखो. गिल्ली डंडा भी screen-free है. मार्बल्स खेलना भी screen-free है. Painting, knitting, carpentry, everything is screen-free. So now write down 5 screen-free relaxation activities. Playing, yes, not listening. फिर आप मोबाइल निकालेंगे. इसलिए मैंने कहा screen-free. ठीक है? You got at least 5? Very good. Good. Now let's move on. So how do we overcome? We have seen that what distractions do to our mind and brain. We are talking about the second problem. Yes or no? So what is the mantra to overcome distractions? Learn to keep your mind positively engaged. Most important mantra. क्योंकि अगर आपका मन अच्छी चीजों में व्यस्त है तो मोबाइल की तरफ आपका ध्यान नहीं जाएगा. Telling your brain not to do something will not work. Ask your brain to do something else. मोबाइल मुझे कम यूज करना है, कम यूज करना है, मोबाइल मुझे कम यूज करना है. क्या याद दिला रहे हो? मोबाइल. मुझे गुस्सा नहीं करना है, गुस्सा नहीं करना है. क्या याद दिला रहे हो? And what is the principle? Whatever you repeat, brain makes it easier. तो गुस्सा करना और आसान हो जाएगा. तो that's why what should you do? मैं शांत स्वरूप आत्मा हूं. See the difference? You see the difference? मोबाइल यूज नहीं करना है, ये कभी नहीं कहना चाहिए. अभी इसके बदले में मुझे क्या करना है ये सोचो. वो लिस्ट भी आपके पास है अभी. And some of the books for positive mental engagement, those of you like reading like me, lots of them. This is a small sample from my list, from my library. You will also find this digital wellness book in a few minutes. I'm going to introduce that. जैसे आप अपने काम के लिए टाइम टेबल बनाते हो, अपने मन का भी टाइम टेबल बनाओ. What should I think? What should I not think? ये मन का टाइम टेबल भी बहुत जरूरी है. अभी आपको 2 घंटे के बाद ही लंच मिलने वाला है, उससे पहले नहीं. यस और नो? सो इफ योर माइंड से लंच को क्या खिलाते होंगे? चुप, 2 घंटे के बाद. राइट? आप जानते हैं ना, आप कतार में हैं, प्रतीक्षा कीजिए, 2 घंटे के बाद आपका टाइम आएगा, अभी नहीं. सो मन का भी टाइम टेबल बनाओ, बिकॉज दैट इज वेयर वी वेस्ट अ लॉट ऑफ आवर एनर्जी. यहां बैठ के वहां जाने के बाद क्या करना सोचते हैं, आप जा सकेंगे नहीं. सो टेल योर माइंड, डोंट वेस्ट योर टाइम. माइंड एंड योर टाइम, बी इन द प्रेजेंट. सो मन का भी टाइम टेबल बनाना सीखो. सो वी टॉक्ड अबाउट लैक ऑफ अटेंशन, वी टॉक्ड अबाउट कंटिन्यूअस डिस्ट्रैक्शन, एंड वी टॉक्ड अबाउट द सॉल्यूशन. नाउ द थर्ड एलिमेंट वी आर गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट इज कांस्टेंट कंपैरिजन. because this is what social media is doing. ये हकीकत है, लेकिन ये दिखाते हैं. तो ये देखते हुए अगर आप ये देख सकते हो अपने मन में, तो इससे चूकना आसान हो जाएगा, बिकॉज हकीकत ये है. Because the more time you spend on any social media platform, the higher is the probability of you getting depressed. And this is proven. This is proven. That's why I said they don't relax you, they stimulate you. And that's why decreased attention span is leading to blue tick anxiety. जानते हैं blue tick anxiety क्या है? जानते हैं ना सभी? Good. And increased mobile usage linked with higher rates of depression and suicide among teenagers. People are dying. मैसेज भेज दिया, अभी तक ब्लू नहीं हुआ, 10 सेकंड हो गया, ब्लू हो गया लेकिन आंसर नहीं आया, मुझे पता है किसने पढ़ा है. वो जमाना था जब हम नो प्राइवेसी लेटर लिख के डाल देते थे, पता था 1 महीने के बाद ही आंसर आने वाला है, लेकिन अभी 5 सेकंड भी रुक नहीं सकते हैं, इतना वीक बन गए देखो. सो दैट इज ब्लू टिक एंजाइटी. व्हाट इज सोशल मीडिया? कैन यू से दैट लाउडली? सोशल मीडिया इज, से दैट फुली, again, remember that. आपके मोबाइल पे स्नैपचैट है, लिंक्डइन है, इंस्टाग्राम है, या कोई भी सोशल मीडिया ऐप है, तो आप भी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कोकेन के एडिक्ट हो. यू लाइक इट और नॉट, दैट्स अ फैक्ट. सो हाउ डू यू ओवरकम दिस कंपैरिजन सिंड्रोम? And that's where we talk about another beautiful spiritual solution of changing your smriti. What does it mean? Let me explain. My smriti determines my vritti. That means who I think I am determines how I view the world. ऑफिस में आप अपने आप को मैनेजर समझते हो, तो उसी दृष्टिकोण से देखते हो. घर में आने के बाद you're a mother, you're a father, you're a son, you're a daughter. आपकी स्मृति चेंज हो गई, तो आपकी देखने की नजरिया भी चेंज हो गई. That's why sometimes if you bring office to home, your kids will tell you, Amma, I'm your daughter. Yes or no? Because you brought the same smriti and you're using the same attitude. So my smriti determines my vritti, my attitude. And how I see things define what I see. दुनिया नहीं बदलेगी, लेकिन हमें अपने देखने की नजरिया को बदलना है. बिकॉज वॉट आई सी डिपेंड्स ऑन हाउ आई सी, एंड वॉट आई सी डिटरमाइंस वॉट एक्शन आई विल डू. कृति, स्मृति से वृत्ति, वृत्ति से दृष्टि, दृष्टि से कृति, और कृति से सृष्टि. क्योंकि जो मैं करूंगा वैसा ही मेरे आसपास संसार भी बनेगी, सृष्टि भी बनेगी, और वो सृष्टि फिर से मेरी स्मृति को इंपैक्ट करेगी. दिस इज अ साइकिल. दैट इज वाई इन द वर्ल्ड और इवन इन ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस many leaders try to change the actions so that they can change their srishti in the company, but it won't work. Yes or no? After you do it for a few weeks or few months, बात वही की वही आ जाती है, because आपने इसको नहीं बदला है. The change starts with smriti, who I think I am. This is one most powerful lesson that I learned from Brahma Kumaris. आप शरीर नहीं आत्मा हो. You are changing the smriti. When you change the smriti, the srishti automatically changes. Because this is the mechanism. Smriti se vritti, vritti se drishti, drishti se kriti, kriti se srishti. So first change your smriti. So if you want to not compare with somebody, then what smriti you should take inside yourself? I am unique. Is there anyone like that in this whole hall? About maybe 1000 plus are in this hall. Is there anyone like you? Is there anyone in this universe who is like you? No, right? So that means each one of us is unique. हम अलग अलग हैं. So there is no one else like me means I cannot become you, you cannot become me. I'm just exploring this I am unique principle, nothing else. Agreed? Now, I am unique means you are also unique. Easy? Simple? Now let's explore. अगर मेरे मन में ये स्मृति है कि मैं यूनिक हूं और आप भी यूनिक हैं, तो इसका प्रभाव सेल्फ के ऊपर क्या पड़ेगा? इस स्मृति से सृष्टि कैसे बदलती है? We will see that. Just with this one aspect that I am unique, I stop being someone else and I accept myself as I am. Yes or no? This is the impact because I can never become like you. अपने आप पर रहम करना आसान हो जाता है. Self acceptance increases because now how much ever I compare, I can never become you. So what's the use of comparing? So comparing goes out of the window. All types of comparison disappear. जहां comparison नहीं है वहां jealousy भी नहीं है. Positive self-esteem increases, self-criticism decreases. Yes or no? Just with this smriti. See the power of that one smriti. And then I start developing non-judgmental attitude. Sakshi drashta sthiti जिसको कहा जाता है. I will see but I will not judge because you are different, I am different. Now when I come into relationships, संबंधों में बहुत सारा तनाव है आजकल. क्यों? Your unique means your tastes, your reactions, your abilities are all different from mine. That's the meaning. Yes or no? आपका सोच, आपका रिएक्शन, आपके पसंदी नापसंदी सब मेरे से अलग हो सकते हैं. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's not a bug, it's a feature. Right? That's how the world is because I'm unique. बाला भाई 30 साल हो गया. बाला भाई मैं व्हाइट पहनता हूं और वो ब्लैक पहनती है. ये कोई प्यार है? 30 साल बाला भाई. So now when I start acknowledging that she is unique, that means my white is her black. And there's nothing wrong with it. Because I never think of I should also wear black. Because her taste, I always want the world to change for me and that is what creates lot of tension. But when I say that I am unique and you are unique, वो खींचा थान, that will disappear. And see, you may not agree with it. There's a big difference. I will still accept. That does not mean I will change my wardrobe into black. No, I don't have to. I will still have white. I will allow you to fill your wardrobe with black. And every time I open it, I will not say, no, I will not say that. Because I accept. Because there's a big difference between acceptance and agreement. Please write down those two words. संबंधों में सबसे ज्यादा खींचातान इस misunderstanding के कारण होता है. I accept you does not mean I agree with you. I don't have to agree.
If you don't compare, how will you get inspiration from somebody else?
Compare with yourself.
Now, how will you get better if you don't compare yourself with somebody who's better?
You compare with your own performance because you know that. Because if you keep comparing, sooner or later, you are always putting somebody ahead.
Not to argue, but just to see every sports person wants to see somebody else as an inspiration. That is nothing but a comparison itself.
No. There is a big difference between comparing and taking inspiration. Even if I am saying Usain Bolt, I am not taking Usain Bolt, I am taking his performance. He did it in 9.6 seconds. Because as soon as I think of Usain Bolt, I will think of 9.6 seconds. I will not think of his height. I will not think of his physique. Yes or no?
That's the inspiration. For example, if Virat Kohli inspires from Sachin Tendulkar, it's only to probably play better or play like him. That's a comparison.
Correct. As long as, what happens to that comparison when you are not performing?
Becomes a burden.
Exactly. That's what we are talking about here. If you are intelligent enough to always use somebody else to become a better version of yourself, that's good. But that doesn't happen. Because the comparison always keeps me, constant comparison, constant makes me feel that I am lesser than somebody. And the thought that starts from that lesser area will never make you greater. Sooner or later, because आपका foundation ही negative है कि आप कम हो. See the very subtle thing, मैं कम हूं. That's where it starts. But instead, if you say, I have the potential to become better, let me start working towards it. See the difference. जब आप बच्चों को कंपेयर करते हो, you are not saying you got 80, get 85. उसको 80 मिला है ना, तो next time तुझे 82 मिलना चाहिए, नहीं तो मैं अपना मुंह नहीं निकाल पाऊंगी. So you're not talking about 90. You're only talking about 82 because you're comparing your kid with only that 80. And वो बचपन से जब हम वो उनके बुद्धि में बिठा देते हैं ना, that creates a lot of frustration because nobody wants to be judged. I will work, but speak only about my 80 and acknowledge and tell me I can get 90. See the big difference? That is why starting from a position of strength is so important. And that's why this comparison is making people give up their life. You won't believe, in IITs, top computer science students, electronic students, वो suicide कर रहे हैं. Because सारा जीवन वो अपने डिस्ट्रिक्ट में, स्टेट में टॉपर थे, और जब IIT में आए उनके बाप से मिलते हैं, राइट? तो पहली बार वो 10th रैंक, 12th रैंक, 13th रैंक आ रहा है, वो ले नहीं पा रहा है उसको. Because he always thought I am topper. Because nobody told him that somebody else being more intelligent than me is not my mistake. Somebody else being more beautiful than me is not my mistake. I don't have to feel guilty about it. Somebody else being more richer than me is not my mistake. You see what kind of messages we try to give to our kids and to ourselves. Let's move. Mutual respect increases. I listen to you. And that's huge. Because I'll start listening to you first. I need not agree, but at least I allow you to complete. Please reflect on this equation while you are here. Love is equal to respect plus safety plus non-judgmental attitude. ये तीनों में से कोई भी नहीं है तो वो प्यार नहीं है, क्योंकि डर डर के प्यार किया नहीं जाता. And respect is equal to attention. Respect का मतलब क्या है? Attention. I love my kids, so I gifted iPhone. एक ही घर में रहते हैं लेकिन फेस टाइम पे बात करते हैं क्योंकि आईफोन यूज करना है ना. Is that love? You'll say, I don't care about this stupid iPhone. Speak with me. Spend some time with me. Said right? Attention की भूखी है. Because when I'm paying attention, I'm giving you that respect. And that's what everybody wants. I want that respect. I don't want to be judged. So love is equal to respect plus safety plus non-judgmental attitude. And this comes only with one change in smriti. We are still discussing only one smriti. What is a smriti? I am unique. That's it. Only one smriti. Because you are unique, I respect you for who you are. And I allow you to be yourself. I want to be myself, but my spouse doesn't allow me, my kids don't allow me, my parents don't allow me. This is the biggest reason for Kinchatan, right? Because nobody allows me to be myself. And that's what is empathy. And it comes only by remembering this smriti. He is different, I am different. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. And I don't need permission to be myself because I am unique too. I don't need any permission to be myself, and I don't need to give you permission because you are unique too. I allow you to be yourself and I also be myself. And most of the interpersonal conflicts disappear because you need not like what I like and I'm okay with it. You want to go to movie, I want to go to garden. I will not blame movie. provided you don't blame my garden. Because that's what we want. Then I'll come and join you for the movie because I love you. And then when you can join for the garden, that increases my love for you because I know you don't like, but still you are joining me. See the beauty? Because love is always about that sacrifice, right? Doing something for somebody. And where does that come in? That comes in when I start acknowledging that your garden is my movie. Because you are unique and I'm unique. Neither movie bad nor garden is bad. Both are right in their own ways. Right? Now, a lot of these conflicts, I want to share something very interesting. सारे conflicts मेरे कारण ही होते हैं. आपके कारण कभी नहीं होते हैं. पता क्यों है? I'll explain. आपका टीम मेंबर रोज लेट आता है. अभी कॉन्फ्लिक्ट किसको है? आपको कॉन्फ्लिक्ट है ना कि वो लेट आ रहा है. वो तो रोज लेट आता है. उसको कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. आपकी काम वाली रोज आधा काम करके चले जाती है. शी इज हैप्पी. हु इज अनहैप्पी? सो हु इज क्रिएटिंग द कॉन्फ्लिक्ट? योर काम वाली इज नॉट क्रिएटिंग द कॉन्फ्लिक्ट. आई एम क्रिएटिंग द कॉन्फ्लिक्ट. This is very, very powerful. If I am creating the conflict, that means I am powerful enough to resolve the conflict also. Because I take back that power. I will not keep blaming my kamwali. I will not keep blaming my manager or my team member. Because I am creating the conflict. So you are more powerful than you think you are. Right? And impact on work. Every team member is respected. बाला, आप इसको मत बुलाना मीटिंग में. मैं डिजाइन रिव्यू करने वाला हूं. और ये बंदा हमेशा कुछ ना कुछ कहीं से कहीं ढूंढ के निकालता है. वो क्यों काम नहीं करता है वो बोलेगा. वो मुझे बहुत गुस्सा आता है. इसको मत बुलाना. Because even if he points out some mistake, if there is genuinely a mistake, you can correct it. Because you want people like you. But if you have this smriti that I am unique, my team members are unique, you will give respect to all opinions and everybody will feel safe. And as a parent, you will not force, just because you are from IIT or you are a CA, you will not tell, BA lega, CA. 25 years experience, CFO, mukha dikhaun. No, but when you accept he or she is unique, that's okay. They can become a painter. Bhik mangega. And see the kinchatan. Because we want them to create like us. And psychological safety increases because then nobody is scared of working with you because you accept them. You need not agree, but you allow them to be themselves. And it takes the quality of conversations a notch higher. No idea is brushed aside. For better ideas to surface. आप सोचो, how many times in a team meeting or in your office when somebody asks you, आपका कोई suggestions है, तो आपको लगेगा ये काम नहीं करेगा, किसी भी कारण से आपको पता है, लेकिन आप मुंह खोलेंगे? नहीं, we'll keep quiet. जब वो काम, when it doesn't work, you will say मुझे पता था. But why didn't you open? Because he won't listen. But if as a manager, if you are open to listen to everybody's ideas, so knowing that they are all unique and there will be different perspectives, then you will openly share because you don't want to be judged. And that judging goes out of the window when you remember only with this smriti. Smriti kaun si hai? So now take 2 minutes. What specific challenges in my life, in my relationships, at my workplace can I overcome using the awareness I am unique? Take these 2 minutes and reflect. कहां संबंधों में आपके जीवन में खींचातान है, जहां आप ये I am unique principle अप्लाई करने से वो खींचातान खत्म हो जाती है. It's not easy. Because whatever you have done so far, your ego will interfere. ये सही है. ये ब्रह्मा कुमारिस में ऐसे ही सिखाते हैं. उनको क्या पता, घर में आके तो देखें. But sit back and reflect. Because this is a very, very powerful principle. Because I use this even when I'm preparing for my sessions. क्योंकि आप सुनेंगे या सोएंगे मुझे पता है, मेरे हाथ में है. Because everybody is unique. आप सेशन के बाद ताली बजाएंगे या नहीं बजाएंगे मेरे हाथ में है. No, which is okay. Oh, thank you. Right? So take a couple of minutes and reflect. Reflect very, very deeply. Whether it is the relationship with your in-laws, with your spouse, with your kids, with your manager, with your team members, just reflect. Whereby remembering this principle, ये स्मृति में लाने से I am unique, you are unique, वो खींचातान खत्म हो जाती है. And you should feel it very deeply because you should change your awareness, जिससे आपकी सारी सृष्टि बदल जाएगी. Agreed? Now you agree? स्मृति से हम संसार को बदल सकते हैं और पहले स्मृति से शुरू करना है. And this is just one element, by the way. This is just one smriti of soul consciousness. There are many such smritis, like I am master, I am eternal, I am connected, I am capable, I am light, I am equal. I'm not same, I am equal. Every smriti has its impact. Good. So, we talked about the impact of digital calories on mind, on brain, and we talked about those three problems. What are the three problems? Lack of attention, continuous distraction, and constant comparison. And we talked about three solutions. For lack of attention, we talked about how to improve our attention and focus. For continuous distraction, we said keep your mind positively engaged. For removing constant comparison, we said remember the principle. What's the principle? जोर से. Again. Again. So not a single part of your body is left unimpacted because of this radiation and digital calories. Every single part of your body is getting impacted. And this blue light, बिस्तर के अंदर जाके शुरू करते हैं ना 2-2 घंटे. And that blue light is very dangerous. Because as it starts getting dark outside, your brain releases a sleep hormone called melatonin, so that your mind and body can relax and you can sleep. But if you continuously keep staring at the screen, the blue frequency from your screen, it tricks your brain and says, "Abhi raat hui nahi hai, ऐश करो." And the melatonin secretion keeps delayed and you will start falling asleep later and later. Yes or no? This is the reason. And the impact of sleeplessness, this is just one sample. Just go through. अगर नींद ठीक से नहीं करते हैं, कम से कम 6 से 7 घंटे अगर आप हर दिन नहीं सोते हैं ठीक से, ऑफिस में नहीं, these are the problems, both mental health and physical health issues. Now a lot of you are parents who must be saying, Bala, you are telling us, but our schools are introducing screens. हम क्या करें? So just watch this 2 minutes video. This is from a representative in UK Parliament who is addressing all their people there, including their activists and their lawmakers. She is sharing her experience about impact of educational technology on kids. Just watch. Bhai sab, sound. We'll need sound. अच्छा. Is that okay? करूं? वॉल्यूम बढ़ाना है?
Parents do everything in their power to mitigate screen harms at home, but then their children go to school and they experience hours of screen time in the guise of educational technology, or ed-tech. Whether that's in the form of iPads and Alexa voice assistants for nursery school children, learning systems like PowerSchool in primary school, or Google Classroom on secondary school devices, who has proven that this deluge of screen education is what's best for our children? No one has. If we step back and view this state of affairs through a compassionate lens, it's fairly understandable. Let's wave aside the fact that only 7% of UK edtech companies have conducted randomized controlled trials, and just 12% have used third-party certification. Let's put these pesky facts aside. At the beginning, these products seemed futuristically exciting. Well-intentioned schools spent fortunes buying and implementing the latest software and trained their teachers in how to use it. And some of the tools, like no more marking, have been helpful for teachers. But now we have better data on how tech is impacting pupils, so we must press pause and in many cases rewind. The Karolinska Institute in Sweden recently published research concluding that there's clear scientific evidence that tools impair rather than enhance learning. Sweden has taken note and been the first country to kick tech out of the classroom, reinvesting in books, paper and pens. They had the courage to admit that EdTech was a failed experiment. Bill Gates himself said that devices have a lousy record in the classroom. Mark Zuckerberg went to a tech-free school in Boston. Steve Jobs didn't let his own children use iPads. UNESCO says moderation should be the key word relating to classroom tech use. The OECD found that most EdTech has not delivered the academic benefits once promised.
Right? So education is more like a product. And you are the consumers, parents. So you can go and demand the schools to go back to books and pens and not technology. You have the power. Because otherwise we will lose our next generation. And remember, digital gadgets by nature are addictive. So summary. One-line summary. There's a clear relationship between new technology exposure and mental health disorders. The more you use digital technology, the higher is the probability of you getting depressed or some mental health issues. I'm not saying you should throw your mobiles. No. Ati sarvatra varjayet. Ati rupena vaisita. Ati garvena ravanaha. Ati danam balirdatva. Ati sarvatra varjayet. If Sita was like Shurpanaka, Ravana wouldn't have come across her. He wouldn't have come after her. Okay, Ravana was very intelligent, but he was also arrogant. Ati garvena Ravana. Ati danam balirdatva. Bali Chakravarti ka story jante hai na? Ati danam. Ati sarvatra varjayet. So anything in excess is not good. So how digital silence helps? Staying away from mobiles. Digital silence, write down these two words. Digital silence. Absolutely zero screens. So when you stay away from all these screens and practice digital silence, what happens? It increases productivity, attention, and it encourages creativity. There's a lot of research that is done. I'll send you the slide deck, I'll send you the URL which has a very detailed article on that. Now that you learnt about digital silence, you listed those 5 activities. Remember, screen-free activities. Choose one activity that you will start following from today or from tomorrow onwards, or after you go back. Go review your list and then mark one and then plan, decide on which day, at what time, what you will do. Because the more specific you are, the more wonderfully your Tatastu machine will work. The more vague you are, the more confused your Tatastu machine gets. So be specific. Which one you will start doing, at what time, with whom and when. Pick up that one screen-free activity. Done? Okay? And you will start doing it. Because remember, you said you love yourself. So digital hygiene, do not keep your mobile on the dining table, because that is one of the dirtiest things. Disinfect your mobile regularly. Don't carry mobile to your bathroom. And I'm not joking, because people are suffering from all sorts of diseases because they are spending more time on top of the commode watching mobile, and that's not good. Mobile should be kept at least 10 feet away from you while you are sleeping. You can start doing it from tonight onwards. Do not use mobile as an alarm clock. That is one of the reasons why we put it close. You can order it while you are here so that it arrives by the time you reach. 299 rupees digital alarm clock I recently ordered on Amazon with snooze facility. Now you decide. What is important? 300 रुपए important है या आपका sleep या आपकी जिंदगी important है? आप decide करो. And do not touch your mobile at least for 1 hour after you wake up and 2 hours before you sleep. Very important. And keep mobiles away from your kids. Simple ways to unplug. अगर आप अपने आप को बहादुर समझते हो, तो during working hours use this mobile. You are still accessible. You are still accessible. People can still call you. लेकिन चुरपुर करना बंद हो जाता है. And many of my team members use this. Switch off notifications because they are chief wreckers of attention. Make bedroom radiation free. From today afternoon onwards, even in the break, is it possible to have the break, the chai in the break without seeing your mobile? Possible? Yeah. Screen free breakfast, lunch and dinner. आज से. Avoid using mobile for all non-essential activities. Once a week, mobile का उपवास रखो. हो सकता है एक पूरा दिन एज अ फैमिली. पहले 2 घंटे सबके सब पागल हो जाएंगे, कोई बात नहीं. फिर धीरे धीरे एक दूसरे से बात करना शुरू करेंगे. Right? It will happen. It's okay, but keep doing it. Remember neuroplasticity. Okay, your brain will help you. Your family will love it. Uninstall all social media apps. If you can't, then keep a very long password. I will not use my Facebook for more than 5 minutes. ये आपका पासवर्ड है. और keep me logged in का जो बॉक्स होता है ना, उसको अनचेक कर दो, ताकि हर बार आपको पासवर्ड एंटर करना पड़ेगा. कोई ना कोई मिस्टेक करेंगे तो जब थे कि कुछ और करते हैं. या तो पासवर्ड चेंज करेंगे या आप अनइंस्टॉल करेंगे. So change the password and make it a little longer. No late night binge watching. At least 2 hours of digital silence per day. No mobiles. और मैं जानता हूं, सुबह आंख खुलने से पहले मोबाइल देवी का दर्शन करना है, रात को सोने से पहले आखिरी दर्शन भी मोबाइल देवी का ही करना है. वो मोबाइल देवी नहीं है, वो मोबाइल राक्षसी है. वो मोहिनी रूप की भस्मासुर है. अब आप सोचो, अपने आप से पूछो, कोई सुबह उठने से पहले, आंख खुलने से पहले भस्मासुर का दर्शन से आंख खोलना चाहता है? आप डिसाइड करो. रात को सोने से पहले भस्मासुर का शक्ल देख के सोना चाहते हैं कोई? अभी आपके हाथ में. ठीक है? बी मर्सिलेस विथ योर मोबाइल. अपने मोबाइल के प्रति रहमदिल मत बनो. अपने प्रति रहमदिल बनो. लंच पे जाते हैं, छोड़ के जाओ, वो अकेला नहीं पड़ेगा. मीटिंग में जाते हैं, छोड़ के जाओ. बच्चे के साथ खेलने जाते हैं तो छोड़ के जाओ, वो रहेगा. इट नोस हाउ टू टेक केयर ऑफ इटसेल्फ. सो बी मर्सिलेस विथ योर मोबाइल एंड टेक अ फ्यू मिनट्स एंड मेडिटेट एवरी डे, because that relaxation and reflection are very important to help you experience I am unique, I am master. So we started this digital wellness initiative at Brahma Kumaris 2 years ago to share this message with the whole world, and that's what we call as the initiative of Dwell. So we created the complete curriculum for the universities and also high schools and even middle school to teach these concepts. आप मानते हैं ये सभी को सिखाना चाहिए? So this is the textbook for it. Okay, it talks about 5 units. It's a 2 credit or a 3 credit course. Basics of digital wellness and attention. How do you harness the power of your brain, power of your mind, addiction and de-addiction and digital wellness techniques. And this book is printed and published by Brahma Kumaris, and it is available outside. And it costs less than half of a Starbucks coffee. Less than half of a Subway sandwich. Okay, so if you really love yourself and your kids and your friends, do pick up these books. Because we put all these very interesting insights. I just gave you a glimpse of what is there in the book in this presentation. In detail it is given, where we want you to learn and also share. And whoever is interested in becoming a volunteer, do share your email IDs. And those of you who are closer to Bombay, we are going to do a digital wellness training program on November 22nd and 23rd at Borivali Meditation Center of Bombay. If you are interested in coming and joining us, do give the details so that we will invite you. You can come and then experience it, learn it, and then go and share. क्योंकि 26 करोड़ बच्चे पढ़ाई करते हैं भारत में, 26 crore students. So literally this is only students. Now include all the others like us, and you will see, as Baba would say, jungle padi hai, who need this help. So every single one of us can become a volunteer, and we will give all the material. You don't have to do anything. We created all the slide decks. There's textbook, there are assignments, everything that is available. You just have to learn and teach. So that's the textbook, and that's how it improves emotional fitness. Is it okay if I just take 2 more minutes? Okay, thank you. And any one of you is interested, you can send us an email, dw@brahmakumaris.com. You don't have to take a photograph. It's very easy to remember. DW is a short form for digital wellness, brahmakumaris.com. You are interested in doing these retreats for your teams, you can contact us. And a lot of organizations, institutions are teaching this digital wellness already. Okay, and that's the website where we have put a lot of this content, including this slide deck. We will share that, digitalwellness.in. So the simple, what is the result of this? If you want to improve your emotional fitness, remember we started with emotional resilience and emotional distress. So the solution is not multitasking but monotasking. And keep positively engage your mind. And what is this principle? फिर से, जोर से. Very good. And summary, distraction is slow destruction. And remember, you are the master. This is one more change in your smriti. We started with that. Who is the master? You are your mobile. So now tell me, who is the master? Repeat. Again. Please remember that. Multitasking doesn't work. Stabilize your mind to utilize your brain. Social media is electronic cocaine. Mobile, अभी मर्जी आपकी. मोबाइल यूज फुल करके यूज लेस बनोगे या मोबाइल यूज लेस करके यूज फुल बनोगे, ये आपके हाथ में. क्या बनना है? हाँ, तो मोबाइल यूज लेस करो. सार क्या है? जोर से, फिर से, ये याद रखना बस. थैंक यू. ओम शांति.
Your appreciation, your standing ovation now calls for आदरणीय ललित भाई जी, आप आ रहे हैं आदरणीय बाला किशोर भाई जी को ऑनर करने के लिए, उन्हें गॉडली गिफ्ट देने के लिए. तो ये जो एक्यूप्रेशर है तालियों का, ये चलता रहे. रहीम जी ने कहा है, जो रहीम उत्तम प्रकृति का करी सकत को संग, चंदन विश्व व्यापत नहीं लपटे रहत भुजंग. तो भले मोबाइल मेरे हाथ में है, उसका जहर मेरे माइंड में न जाए। आज बहुत सुंदर तरीके से आदरणीय भ्राता ने हमको स्पष्ट किया है। आपके पास एक तथास्तु मशीन आ गई है। आइए हम 2 मिनट परमात्मा की याद में बैठकर फिर आगे के सेशंस पढ़ाएंगे।
ओम शांति।